What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Arsenal rebuild series in Football Manager 2022. Leave a thumbs up if you've been enjoying it so far and you're excited for more. We have played up into the start of the new year. We're at January 1st. We'll have a game today. And we're sitting in 5th, coming off Arsenal finishing 8th in both previous years. I think it's a step in the right direction. But if you take a look at Southampton, we'll go through our results and see how it's been. But Southampton in this position, you could probably get the idea. But we'll see over in the schedule. They just went on a great great run of form in this. I feel like I'm not giving it justice. It's like more than great form. They won every single game in a pretty packed December as well. That's good. You look at the rest of their season, you're like, okay, you're not surprised with their results. And I wasn't worried about them until they just kept booming up the table. And I'm like, hold up, what's going up here? What's going on? They're going up. At a massive rate. They took our position in the top 4, and because we've been steady. Lacazette topping the goal scorers. We'll just go through the transfers because it wasn't anything massive, and I didn't really plan for it in the first season anyway. Personally, to be getting rid of the most, but you can take a look. Elneny, Rekic, that's pretty much it. A couple loans, and then it was really it. Elneny was we were trying to sell Cedric, but he was really. He was a bit of a bitch to sell, to be honest, just to put it lightly. But Elneny, actually to West Ham, pretty cheap. I tried to get him for a bit more, but you get to a point, when you're trying to sell this player and you're all in at this point. You're all in the situation of trying to sell them, and you're like, okay, you're not going to keep them from here. Sometimes, we're trying to get 10 million or so, keep in mind. But, that was that situation. And we just went for, one main transfer. Again, we'll sort by the date. The only signing that I made personally for this season, he kind of was, I was prepping for him to, I say the replacement for Cedric. Cedric is not the starting right back. You got Tomiyasu in there, who's very strong. But, we haven't used him much yet. We're easing him in because he's still young. We're eyeing his potential. And I found him very unique. The fact that he could play not just from DM, but he was competent as a centre mid and centre attacking mid, or AMC. He's very, very creative. Just having that sense, it's just, really, you don't see many with those kind of positions. So, sure, you see guys that can play CDM and right back and centre mid, but even up into attacking midfield, that there tells me, that he had that really strong attributes in him, and that does back it up right there, the vision of 13, the technique, passing, the dribbling, finishing, we highlight the attributes for right back, which is, definitely really, really strong. We'll hopefully get some more games into him as well, but he's a really exciting player. Caligari, Brazilian, some Brazilian talent in him, and he'll be good. The first rebuild type signing, he's our only signing we made so far, but he definitely fits that build of a rebuild signing at 19 years old. And obviously, Tomiyasu, if you look as a comparison, he's 23, he can improve a little bit more, and just someone to battle with him as the years go on. But we move over to the schedule now for the results, and we see how it's played out so far. As I said, I think we've been good enough to be in that 4th position. Southampton, they just went mad, and we haven't done that bad. Early in the season, that United game, Manchester United, we weren't good enough there basically. But then we were just on some pretty good form. And I think we were not completely opposite. Completely opposite would be losing every game to Southampton, but it wasn't the best. The fact we had 2 Man City games in a row, a benefit is that we're out of the EFL Cup, out of Carabao Cup. We don't have to worry about that competition. And the fact, as Arsenal, not in a European competition, I think, top 4 is a minimum. And like I said, coming off the 2 last league finishes, both being 8th, I think getting back into the Champions League, yeah, jumping and skipping Europa League, let alone the conference, the Europa Conference League. But yeah, getting right back into Champions League is going to be a big step for the first season. And I think it would be a good achievement without making so many big transfers as well. Just the one major one, one out and one in. That we were happy with. So we are going to take a look at some performances and then play a game, or how players have been so far. And then we're going to get into that West Ham game and hopefully put in a good showing today. So first and foremost, we're going to sort by the average rating. Leno is he's got the highest just from 2 games there. You would see Ramsdale, and it's to be expected. It's to be expected. He's going to be the starting keeper. But Leno in a couple games, he did pretty well. But generally, I don't like to switch my goalkeeper. I like to be pretty consistent. And that's better for the team. I say Martinelli, he's unhappy right now. He wants a new deal. We are probably going to give that to him. And you might be looking at expiries and whatever. Both these guys, both Nketiah, just to show it to you, the contract, I've put contract offers for him and Lacazette. I was waiting on Lacazette, and it's for 2 reasons. He's been getting goals this season, and I don't want to let him go on a free. Like, I'd want to maybe sell him, but he's definitely been one. I almost thought I didn't want to push him out in the first season because I wasn't sure about a target exactly, because I know we wouldn't have got huge money for him. And I think for that value and what he's put out, 15 goals in 19 starts in the league, it's just, you got to, I'm very careful with my moves I make. I'm not sure if you would have done the same. Like, you try and sell him, you're not getting anything more than 15 million for him. You'd be lucky to. Just to get him at that value, to be fair. Could have been a similar situation like with Al Neni. But that's just what we want to say here. You just see the value in, you look at his age, and then you consider, we get that money, who are we going to be able to use that money on? So I think he's going to be better than that replacement because of his experience. You probably would have went with someone young, or someone who is an experienced player would be pretty average, like say in the mid-20s, they wouldn't be good enough for that kind of value. So we'll get the sorting back going, and then outside of Lacazette, and just, to be the next, I say he's the highest rated, because, Leno's only played 2 games. Lacazette's been our best player. Then you look at Martinelli, we probably will give him a deal. His contract obviously not running out, but he just wants a bit more because he has been progressing as well, and he's had a fairly good season, scoring and assisting, being involved in goals. So definitely, we've got a few Brazilians in the team, so a new signing, I think it's easier for him to adapt. Especially Gabriel is a defender as well. He's 24, he's on the younger side, recently turned as well, so he's one that's tied down. And then the centre-back partnership, that's going to be, we need a bit of a budget for next season. We just go back and we don't really have much right now. So, over come the end of the season, we get top 4 finish, Champions League, have a bit of money to work with because we didn't even have that this season. Gabriel he's going to be a cornerstone of the defense, and we're definitely going to look for someone to partner him. If you look at you look at the other current options, you got Rob Holding, Ben White, who's potentially be 4-star. He's 24. He might have those little increases, basically what you're seeing right now. And you at a maximum, my opinion on him will change so much when those 15s, if you see the heading, 15, marking 15, tackling 15, you see those get to 16, it just changes the complexion of how those attributes look, and obviously he'll perform a bit better, but he's not far off that. So he's a contender. He's a contender. When he gets experience, say over the next 2, 3, 4 seasons, I'm just saying when the game will see him as, and when he will develop that and be that experienced type player. I wouldn't say that as a 24-year-old. And look, Rob Holding's 26. We don't have a lot of experience at the back, and I'm trying to sell Cedric, but I think it's obvious. He's just, quality is not there. I even questioned that signing as well. Not question it because I don't I don't go for Arsenal, so they're not my team I follow. So it's not like I don't judge their moves too harshly. But I did question the signing of a guy that's been at Southampton. Like, the previous clubs he was at Inter and didn't really play much. So yeah, my thought process is that the target? Is that, to me, is nothing more than a backup, and for a guy that's aging, he's one. I don't care how much we get for him, but we didn't get offers. Well, we did, and the board didn't think the money was enough. It was like a 6 million. So yeah, he's going to be a real tricky one to sell. It's on 65k, so that it shouldn't be the case. Like, teams thinking he's on too much. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, we can move him on. But then we see the overview of the goals, just a few more. So you like Pepe, already talk about enough about Martinelli, Sambi Lukonga. He's someone, yeah, we're given a decent game too. What's that? It's like 11 starts in the league, and yeah, really good potential. And like I said, selling someone like El Neni, it is a great opportunity for Albert to come through and be the future there. Do you think he can be? Or do you think there's signings that someone we can come through and not just challenge him but be better? But yeah, he's shown some signs so far. It's a nice little rotation with Xhaka and Partey in that centre mid roles. So yeah, I do like those options. And you'd probably notice we're seeing Pepe as kind of a bench, like off the bench type, which he's, you know, I don't know his future. Like, he's wanted, like, by Leicester. Like, I'm probably considering trying to trigger that. I think Pepe is kind of a mixed bag for Arsenal fans as well. Like, he can be good, but I think lacks a lot of consistency. And I think, like, an attribute in Football Manager, at least, is like concentration, which is really important. Poor leadership. It's not always a requirement, but I find you're better players if they have got that, and determination low. It does sum him up. And I think FM have got the nail on the head, like how they've rated him, especially with his mental attributes. Those type of players I don't like in my team, personally. I really like strong mental players. And even, like, it's easy to look at those attributes, but work rate, that's still incredibly low for this level of football, Premier League level of football. You mix that, like, that teamwork and determination, it's not what you want to see, especially when, well, he hasn't got good leadership. Sure, you can't call him a leader, but I feel the connection needs to be there. Like, if you're one of the best players, I think technically and physically he is, if you're one of the best players in the team, that kind of needs to come with it. And if it's not, you got to, get the money for the player and replace him with someone who can be better in that aspect of the game. Especially when he's worth that much. I'm like, let me know up in the comments. Would you try and, get 40 million for him? And if you do, would you take that? I think so. I don't see someone rated like this as 40 million. I see 20 million max because of the letdown in mental attributes. Also, we haven't really made a major loss. You might see a slow decline, but it's not too excessive, and it's something that we'll recover. Like, we can see when we get our Premier League winnings, we can be over 100 million when that money comes at the end of the season. So, we'll probably get back where we started. So it's nothing too crazy. The money is not an issue, but a game against West Ham today. West Ham's in 12th. We should be beating them. West Ham probably performing a bit better in real life. They're having a good season. I've liked watching West Ham in real life this season. In Europe as well. I think they've had a good season, but couple London sides, David Moyes, he's still got the job. I think West Ham, like, he's back where he is. He had a bad time at Manchester United, but this is his level. Like, Everton's probably dropping now, but when he was at Everton and with West Ham now, this is real, like, the level for him, and I think, like, that's his home, and he does really, really well. And in other news, look at that, Joachim Low. He's got the Tottenham job. With Tottenham 11th in the Premier League, been struggling, so they went on to sack Antonio Conte. I wonder if he's going to get it. Well, I'm sure he'll get a job elsewhere. Maybe we'll keep track of that as this series goes on. But that's a changeover on poor Tottenham. And Lacazette, we praise him here too. Yeah, we praise him. He's been noticed. In a month that wasn't the greatest for us, he still helped us pick up some wins, which were really needed, considering we dropped a few. I did touch on Smith Rowe as well. I said how I had him in another save, and he didn't really turn out as good as I expected and hoped. But he's, having some good progression. We've used him a decent amount in the league, so you're seeing that in his attributes, and I just hope he keeps that up. A handy result as well. The recent result for Manchester United. We're kind of seeing Man City. I mean, you don't want to count yourselves out, but you don't really see us part of a title challenge for this season. You see fighting for maybe, third and fourth. So, Man United dropping points is a focus. But my hope is that Southampton are going to drop. I'm like, let's focus on getting top four. But if you're just focusing on the points, look, Southampton, they've got they played 2 extra games than us. So, we win the 2 games in hand. That difference doesn't look as extreme. And then the fact of, I don't think they're going to keep up that December form or even a top 4 form continuous for the rest of the season. That was just a standout month for them. This is how we look getting into games. It's not a bad 11, and then you consider guys that could contend for a start. We talked about Pepe, but and Nketiah, I wonder about Nketiah. His potential, it moved from 3-star to 3.5, and I just think he's got his pace as a striker. Use him as a super sub. Not that we've brought him on a lot. We haven't really, as you can see by the stats. But Lacazette, he's been the main man. But if we're just seeing his attributes more than anything, and as I said, with Smith Rowe, Pepe, that's where rotations really will come in, and they're good, probably good enough to start. So we've got a nice little competition going on, but for places and all that. But I'm really happy with this 11. We've got Saka over on that right side as an inside forward, cuts in on his left. We've got a nice little mix. So let's get into the game now, and I want to see a victory. We always do. Don't we? Okay, West Ham United. So you see, it's not a bad team. Or you kind of rate how they've done this season. You look at the players and you probably maybe seem a bit better than maybe they could have been rated, because obviously judged off the previous season. But you look at that team and obviously Fabianski in goals, but. This is a match we should be winning. Yeah. All right, into the game now. A little bit of story as well. Arsenal was one of the first saves in FM I ever did, a really long save. Back in FM08, I just really enjoyed playing with Arsenal. I had a good save, and that's so long. I know, it sounds like when you say it, for maybe people who haven't played FM for so long, and you picked it up the last few years, that kind of sounds like, well, you played it for so long. But, and some people have even played it longer than that, back to Championship Manager days. But it's just, just for me personally, I'm like, wow, I played this when I was 16, 17 years old. Now your calculator's going in your mind. But, it's cool to look back. Here we go. Let's see if we can kick off this game. I say kick it off. We're in the 24th minute right now. White making a run forward, which is really nice. Saka, not bad. They're going to clear that. Gabriel, good control. Thomas. Odegaard. Oh, brilliant play. I'm disappointed. You're always disappointed when you don't score, hey? But no, that was a good showcase of how we create opportunities through the middle. It's not always the easiest thing to do. Break through the opposition, passing through the middle. Break down their defense. But you'll see, we'll target, and then we can open up out wide as well when the fullbacks get forward, playing like wing backs. They should, because I got the wing back roll on them. Let's go. Yes. Centre backs have really been good at that. When they try, and again, really been good. But then the pressure, it forces them. So it's both. The whole team. Working. Oh. We deserve a goal, man. Is it just me? Like, we're controlling them, really controlling them here. When I do notice that, we try up the tempo a bit. Yeah, that's a move I do a lot. If you watch the videos. Yeah, just try and up it. Up the tempo. Like, yeah, our possession 64%. Generally, when that's the case, you see a result. Saka. Come on, we're hunting. And we try and stay away from blasting shots and wasting those opportunities. That's always frustrating to see. And sometimes be in a position for a cross, but we like to pass it in. Xhaka, Martinelli, talking about passing it in. Waiting for the right move. I say we don't take long shots unless they open up. And not a bad way. Not a bad way for Partey to find a goal, right? That wasn't a bad effort. But look at this. Look at this play. Perfect. It was when he had a lot of space. He had time to pick the shot. It was never going to be blocked. Never blocked, or not directly in front of him. They had a few in the box, but that was such a well-worked goal, but it was still, needing a great effort from, you'd say from range, but great goal. Great goal, and now we're gonna have some fun. I can feel it. Ooh. Okay, no penalty. Sometimes those can be given. Gabriel, Tini. We keep possession so well. It's kind of bringing back an Arsenal style. Bringing back that Arsenal football. Bringing back the Arsenal. Yes! Lacazette. It's like the Wenger Arsenal. Yeah, come on. Penalty. Or the Barca style they were copying, low-key. But anyway. Lacazette. He's been scoring this season. He's been scoring today. He is scoring today from the spot. And that's his 20th for the season. Yeah, Lacazette's got 20 for the season. You love to see it. Just before halftime to make it 2-0 as well. I think it's really just sums up our dominance of this half. And going in the break, it's, what we deserve. It's what we deserve. You can really tell, that 63% possession. It's not been a surprise. Like what you've seen, the two connected things there. 63%, we've seen that through the highlights, and then through the goals as well. How we saw our chances. I think, we deserve a couple goals to our name for this game here. Let's see if we continue it. But you notice that little change I made as well. I don't like to do that for the whole game. And now, if anything, I like to slow down the tempo and be more disciplined when we have actually got a lead. Because we can just bring it down. I always say that. Just, try and slow the game down a bit. Let's see that. Odegaard. It doesn't mean we're not going as attacking. That's not it at all. You see the wing backs, they'll be doing their thing. You'll notice, of course, Tierney's going to be on that side. That was a good chance. Consider to make a change, I reckon, especially that with this game that we're doing on camera. Oh, Tierney's injured. Well, why not? Bring on Tavra. We're making 2 fullback subs. It's fair enough for Tomiyasu. There's some... we want to give Caligari, give him a go. So it's not too often you make two of your changes, both fullbacks. It's just how it played out, and 2 younger guys to give some game time to. So here, Odegaard, he's a great player. Martinelli, a lot of seasons ahead for him, lots of seasons ahead, and hey, Caligari's on the ball now. I talked about he can be very creative. Suits our game. Is this going to be reviewed? Yeah, fractionally offside. But to me, my eyesight generally on them are pretty good. I think it'll be given. Yeah, goal awarded. It's generally you can tell. But they always like to review. He felt pretty onside. He felt pretty onside. I could tell. I mean, we see another replay. Like, yeah, like, clearly, man. To me, it wasn't tight, but what I do know is we're going to give a praise after another goal. That's for sure. 3-0. I don't know. At our best, these are the performances we've put in. But yeah, coming off our December form, I was a bit up and down. And we get like players complacent. Like, look, why? Like, what is the reason? I want to see the evidence of that. Oh, I don't even know. Who else we're going to bring on? Probably Smith Rowe. It's a bit of a mix. You could go Lacazette. He's not on a hat-trick. He's only scored one. To give Eddie a go. So he's only 2-star, man. 2-star rated. Want him to be a bit more. I know Arsenal fans want him to be a bit more than that. But he's got pace coming on. That's what we touched on. We may not see much here. It would be lovely to see him score a goal. And maybe that quickness to make a run on. Beat the defence. Just to see if he can do that. Oh, Saka. Here we go. Talk about that. Saka does that out wide. Now it's Odegaard. I basically just pronounced his name in the end out of frustration. Here we go. Here we go. And Nketiah. Eddie. Oh, come on, man. What I'm talking about here, rate him higher. That was, you say it's a simple pass, but no, like, that was, composure and for him to find that ball. Yeah, that was good link-up play. And now it's going to be Xhaka. Ooh, not a bad effort. He's someone I wonder, is he going to be part of the Champions League winning, Premier League winning success as well? Ooh, that was a dangerous ball. Yeah. No, he's an alright player, Caligari. He can take those corners. That was a dangerous ball, and we just didn't get ahead on it. But again, really, really convincing performance. And as I said, at our best this season, these are the kind of performances we've been putting in. So, and regardless of our current league position, I'm happy enough where we're at. We want to be top 4, but knowing our style is good is so important. Like, having confidence in your tactic and your players are adhering to that is so crucial in Football Manager. So yeah, that keeps piling on the pressure. We get closer and closer. I want to target 3rd. Because definitely expecting Southampton to drop. But yeah, to be on top of Man United as well, I think would be a good season. Because don't get it twisted. Manchester City and Liverpool are very, very good teams currently. They're going to be hard to overtake. It's, a big challenge for this save. So obviously El Neni, barely noticed him. Right. And Tierney, poor 3 to 4 days. You see that red light up and you're a bit worried. You're like, normally that's a few weeks at a minimum. Normally that's what you see from the orange. But anyway, Tierney. Like that's what I question. Because if you got that during the game, he would have been forced off. He wasn't forced off anyway. What we take from it, it's not regardless of the colour of the notification, he's not going to be missing for much long. Probably they might see it as could be doubtful for the next game, which is fair enough. So, yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. Before I continue too much, after I record this, like in the next part of this save, definitely might consider some options in January. We've got I put a bit of money into, the wage budget, but we definitely see that in the next update. As I said, we like to do that for when we get to like the youth intake. So around March, get through a few more months. Obviously, there's no Europe. There's no Europe situation. So that fits well. And, youth intake players, maybe the first season could be relevant. Depends how long the rebuild is going to take with Arsenal. Because, as I said, Manchester City and Liverpool, they're not going to be easy to take down. And in, like, recent, or in, like, the coming seasons. Like, could be a decent lengthy project here, but yeah, hopefully you guys will be enjoying the series. And obviously it can't really be a daily series because I am playing through the save, and yeah, so we can give a few updates, and so it's not as long. You guys get how these type of series work. how I like to make the rebuilds. But yeah, just to give you guys an idea why it takes a few days for an episode, because during those few days, if you're waiting, I'm playing through to get to this point, a bit of an in-depth update. So yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you guys next time.